Alright, let's all agree that I didn't copy this video from Jaden, alright? Most of you have watched Jaden's video on Pet and how it's her favorite book and yada yada yada. Well, in her video, she said she wouldn't read any of the sequels because it would, quote, ruin the experience. Well, I read the sequels, and it has been the best book I ever read. Because it is probably the only thing I will ever read and enjoy reading ever in my life. Sorry to all you bookworms out there, but it's the truth. Now, let's get ready to read. So, to recap, Leave It to Pet is about this kid named Noboru who recycled his orange juice bottle. And since he was the only human on this earth to recycle, the recycling plant wanted to say thanks. So he gave him a recycled robot named Pet. How is it fair that he recycled once, and he gets a frickin' robot free of charge? I recycle assets from my videos, and I get nothing but 0 views. Now that you have heard the backstory, let's get started with one of the sequels. Noboru recycled some tin coffee cans back in the day, and Woots and Galvin came back. But spoiler alert, Noboru dropped dead and straight up died. I never knew the book could get this dark. Actually, I lied. The main Noboru didn't die. There was a ripoff of Noboru who died back in 1969 or something. Going back to the present, Pet came to Noboru with a videotape he was planning to return to Blockbuster until he didn't rewind it and Noboru got mad. Then this character came out of nowhere and said, "Need a tape rewound? Leave it to us." The Can Crew came out of nowhere and Pet just had beef with them for no apparent reason. You know, kind of like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI having beef with Dan TDM for constructive criticism. Pet and the Can Crew have a charity match for the tape back. Then one of the Can Crew just freaking shapeshifted into a wrecking ball. I don't know where this is going anymore. The Can Crew is beating up Pet and Noboru is doing nothing about it. Until this tall dude from the Can Crew waltzes on over and rewinds the tape. Then Pet's girlfriend just headbutts the dude with the cassette. But they are still scuffling. Noboru was done with this bullshit about 15 minutes ago until Pet gets the cassette and screws it over even more. You know it isn't going to work anymore, right? But Blockbuster is permanently closed because everyone is using Netflix though. After Noboru gives Pet an ass beating on his unreasonable behavior earlier, Pet went to the recycling center to just play with random bullshit until he finds a watermelon. He plugs it in and plays with it until his girlfriend, her name is Alu by the way, she wants to play with it and Pet was like, "No!" And Alu just fights with Pet for it. They fight over it. You see what this book is about, right? It is a normal world with an unnormal character doing normal people things. Here is chapter 2 to prove my point. Noboru is asking Pet help with a book report and Pet was like, "Okay," and used a dynamite arm to break the book so Noboru gets pissed at them. I think the reason I like this book is because I relate to Pet in many ways because I am childish like him and share some characteristics like him, as his impulsiveness is like mine in many ways. I also like the characters too. There's this one Pet, confusing word I know, called Little Bags where his robot is inside of the bag. I wonder what it's like inside of the bag though. You see where I'm getting to with this book? This book is just so funny and comical. Even to adults and kids alike. The comedy is suitable for all ages. And it doesn't make it childish or to where only older people understand. And there is nothing wrong with that. But its humor is equal to every age. Hey Brandy, are you finished with my taxes yet? Fuck you. Another reason I like it is that it uses pictures to illustrate what is being told of the story. Like the picture and the dialogue conveys the idea instead of just plain boring ass text. And I like pictures, what can I say? You can read and finish the book in like a day if you're really into it. There are much better books out there that are like or better than Leave It to Pet. But does it look like I like reading? No. So, enjoy reading. Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm doing awesome. I don't know about you, but I hope you're doing good too. Mini story time. One day, I was trying to get lunch for a friend because I don't use my lunch number, so I just decided to give it to them since I don't really use it. I used it like 3 times throughout the entire year. And then, the lunch lady told me to speak my lunch number up, so I had to speak up. I said my name, Nassan, last name, and then she called me rude, even though she told me to speak up. And I was like, man, I'm sorry. I was saying sorry a lot. I say sorry to a lot of people, and I don't know why they don't want to talk to me anymore. I don't know why I make them feel guilty or something. I just say sorry a lot. That's just a natural occurrence in my mind. Yeah. Ever had something you hate? I'm just gonna stay here and start rambling on. Ever hated someone before? Well, I hated Karen, and I said this in the last time, but Karen's annoying. She's mean. One time, she kept threatening me. She tried to say, well, I'm gonna throw rocks at you, nya nya nya. So I was like, do that and I'll kill you, which is a threat, but sorry, I had to say something to defend myself. I wasn't actually gonna kill her. I was gonna defend myself. And she said, oh, I'm gonna tell the teacher on you, even though she never told. Because if she told, she would get in trouble too, because she's the instigator. So, basically, it's a lose-lose for both of us. Anyway, and she's so annoying. That's why, whenever I see her gone from the class, I just say to myself, man, Karen is gone, the air here is much cleaner. It makes me smile whenever she's not in the class, because she's just so damn fucking annoying, with no life whatsoever. Unlike me, I talk to a lot of people. Yeah. Have ever talked a lot? Yeah. My ratio of text to people are super insane. Like, I talked to some random dude on Instagram, and, I don't know, I think I talked to her 6 times. I texted her 6 times when she only texted 1. Yeah, that's unbelievable. Really, really bad. Something that's, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's an ADHD thing. Maybe it's a me thing. I don't know. But I talk a lot. And that's why my parents get mad at me for whenever I talk a lot. Anyway, I had enough time rambling. New video coming out soon. Bye-bye.